Are you telling me that an ape that lived 2 million years ago got onto that crate, killed the baggage man and put him in there?
Yes, I am. It's alive. It must be.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Frankenstein's podcast, where it's all about the monster. We're a creature feature podcast about monsters and why we love them. I'm one of your hosts, Joe Praska, and with me, as always, is
your other host, Khalid Hussein.
What's up, Khalid?
What up, Joe?
How's it going?
Good. Chilling, like a villain. Maxing, relaxing, other rhymes.
What is maxing?
Relaxing to the max, I assume.
What? Relax maxing?
Well, I think because I'm doing it from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song, maxing and relaxing. So in my mind, I think he's reversing it, where it's I'm maxing how much I'm relaxing,
chilling out. Yeah, that's right.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing.
Yeah, that's right. He does say that because I feel like maxing is a thing people are saying now to other stuff, and I don't really
You're not supposed to understand, Joe. You have thankfully aged out of needing to know what most things mean.
I don't know. People know that I'm hip.
That's true. Do you think you would ever look smacks?
What?
That's I think the genesis of all of this is there's this weird cult of guys out there that they call it looks maxing, where it's just things they do to heighten how they look. I don't know. We would probably just call it grooming, but they've pathologized it. And then there's also just a really devoted sect of looks maxers that hit themselves in the face with hammers.
You lost me a cult of guys. I was out then. Yeah, I mean, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't think either of us would characterize ourselves as guys, and it's probably for the best. The boys are bashing their faces in with hammers. We don't necessarily need to subscribe.
The boys are not okay.
They're not.
Yeah. Oh man, now I know that. I'm still gonna call myself hip. Pretty tubular dude, I know the cool stuff, but not that.
I feel you immediately out yourself if you go around using those words.
Radical, man.
Okay, you got me. You're back on board.
Don't lay a finger on my butterfinger.
Wow.
Right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I got moves.
That left me so speechless.
Speaking of being speechless, Khalid, I got a question for you.
What's up?
How do trains hear?
How do trains hear? I got nothing. That's a weird one.
Through their engineers.
Ew.
Because of ears,
No, I don't know.
Well, here, how about this one? How do trains get away with crimes?
Because they have a locomotive.
They cover their tracks. And that's a segue, Khalid. What are we talking about today?
I like mine better, honestly.
Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. The locomotive was. Yeah, as president, do anything with locomotive. That was pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for asking, Joe. Today we are talking about the 1972 horror mystery film Horror Express, directed by Eugenio Martín, and I've got a synopsis from your homeboy Khalid, aka me, that goes a little something like this. People all over the world join hands and start a trans-Siberian murder train. Anthropologist Alexander Saxon has the discovery of a century, but finds out the hard way that the baggage claim has never been reliable. Before long, the passengers are besieged by an evil creature that will make you hate staring contests more than you already did.
What a monster.
They're creatures of the abstract that live off potential energy.
It's alive!
Very nice, Khalid. Well done.
Thank you.
Done. a little bit of like as you like to say like sausage bits, like behind the scenes podcasting stuff. I know that's your thing you like to say all the time. um
Canonically, yes.
yeah, canonically. I when we were picking this movie, you were like, I gave you like, I was, give me an era, and you said 60s, and I was like, yeah, Horror Express, that's like, I want to do that, that sounds great. 1972, I realized. So it's
I
not
saw that too. It
60s
was like
then.
as
Yeah,
soon as you recommended it, I was
yeah,
like, that's not the 60s, but
that's not the
I'm
60s.
not gonna be a stickler.
It feels 60s kind of though, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. We'll get into like a lot of like
Yeah,
the stuff that kind of leans on the 60s, but
yeah.
yeah, no, I think this counts in my
I think it
mind.
does. Okay, I'm going to give you some background here about this movie. This is some interesting background on this one. So this film was co-produced by the American screenwriter slash producer Bernard Gordon, if you've heard of him.
Nope.
He moved to Spain following the Hollywood blacklist. He was is when Hollywood writers and actors, creatives were accused of having like communist leanings at the time, banned from working in the industry in a sense. So Gordon himself is a really interesting figure, and he was one of the youngest on the blacklist. He was actually subpoenaed to testify in front of the House Un-American Activities Committee. Never appeared. However, he was out. He was kind of outed by this guy, Elia Kazan. Have you heard of that director?
Elia Kazan,
Elia
yeah, he
Kazan, that's it.
sucks.
Yeah, so Gordon here was one of the main organizers of the protests outside of the Academy Awards when he got his Lifetime Achievement Award in '99. But anyway, so Gordon was basically blacklisted and wrote under a pseudonym for years in Spain. And the writers of this film also, there's a couple writers in this were also American blacklistees who relocated to Europe. So this was pretty much entirely put together by people who were like not allowed to work in Hollywood.
Wow.
Yeah. And actually
That's
the
interesting.
Kazan, the director, that's what the character, the Russian like captain at the end was named Kazan after, because he didn't like that director also. So that's a fun fact. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, essentially, so the film ultimately like was made because another producer like obtained a train set from another film and was like, let's do something with this. We got a train set. So they kind of like went from there, which is kind of interesting. They only had the one train set, so they actually had to like shoot all of the scenes in each car like consecutively and then redress it to shoot the scenes in the other cars like consecutively to put it all together because they just had the one. So
That's efficient.
it's kind of efficient. Yeah, it's cool. Anyway, that's some interesting background on that one. What did you think of this?
I dug it. It feels like I don't know, like the first half I was like in and out of, like it's a lot of setup, you know.
Yeah,
It's like they're introducing you to like 15 characters, and it just kind of feels like you know what's coming with the monster and everything like that.
yeah.
But then like everything from the back half, when spoiler alert, it turns out that the monster they killed just jumped to the inspector's body. I was like, oh, I'm in now. This is weird because like up until then you've got like that weird monk that looks like
Rasputin.
yeah, like he's like Rasputin by way of like Charles Manson, you know?
Yeah,
And he's so annoying, and like you think he's just gonna be like right just by virtue of being like the religious figurehead of the train, and it's the devil, it's Satan, and it's all these things. But then they like go into it where like they start looking at like the monster's eyes in the autopsy. There's like six autopsies in this movie. And like and you start seeing like the planets and stuff, and you're like, what the fuck? And yeah, the alien twist got me. I was like, holy shit. Cause I think it's that there's not like, at least I haven't seen that many like alien movies from this era
hmm
that like also are like leaning so heavily on we just went to space. You know what I mean? So like as or not, we didn't just go to space. We just landed on the moon, I
hmm
guess, like 3 years
Well,
prior.
yeah, in the movie, yeah, when this movie was made, but like it's set in 1906, so like yeah,
Exactly, but
yeah,
like they're obviously using like the like benefit of like all
knowing
of
what
this
the Earth
like
looks like.
new knowledge that like
Yeah.
hasn't really been there before, which like I think like movies prior to like the space race, uh they the ones that at least like play with outer space and like sci-fi and stuff like that are still doing it from such a like very hypothetical place
Hmm.
that it shows, whereas like with this, it feels like almost like exciting, kind of just like seeing the like possibilities open up. And like it really like reads through like this like body snatcher type alien, and the way that like he's communicating to everybody is like so cool. I love that he basically makes like the little like Rasputin guy like his like dog, and he's just like because like
It's like the Renfield. Yeah.
yeah, like because like the whole thing is like I'm like a knowledge vampire, and like I have no interest in you. Like I look
Yeah.
at you
That was so
like
funny when he's like, I would take nothing from you.
you're like half eaten Taco Bell in the trash to me. You suck. And so
Yeah.
that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love the murder mystery aspect of it. I'm realizing that I'm a sucker for movies set on trains. I think
It's
it's
cool.
just, it's got that bottle episode kind of energy to it, of just like in the same way that the train is like propelled towards a destination. The movie, by virtue of like keeping all of its characters uh like confined in a space like that, like kind of propels the plot forward in a more like engaging way. And so yeah, I mean, we'll get into like the nitty gritty of it, but like just in general, it feels like this movie was like very ambitious and like more or less succeeded. I am a fan. I love me some Horror Express. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I really like it too. I've got this movie on Blu-ray. I got it a long time ago actually, and watched it. I think it was like well over 5 years ago now, and I was kind of it's always been in the back of my mind is like we should do that on the podcast eventually. Just never got around to it. So I'm really glad we finally did. But I'm with you. I really like the sort of like combination of like Murder on the Orient Express kind of vibes with like The Thing essentially, or the story that inspired The Thing, I should say, like Campbell's story. So like the kind of like who's the alien? It could be any one of us kind of vibe that we ultimately get to. Like it's really interesting. I like the sort of academic framing of it too, where it's like the leads are these two like professor doctors who are like trying to puzzle through it with science. That's
Yeah.
really fun. Like I really love like I mean they're both the Christopher Lee's character is kind of a dick at times, but I liked his like assuredness of science and phooey to like all the religious like mysticism stuff was very funny. Like when
Which
the
he
one
was right.
it was
He
right and
was
like the
right
one
to Fooey.
like when the woman's like says something about like evolution being unholy, he's like it's fact. Doesn't care about your morals. That was great.
There are some great one-liners in
Yeah.
this. Like when Saxton, I think it was, like at one point he's like talking about the first guy that got killed or whatever, and he's like, or no, not that. He was talking about the chalk. Not even no one had even gotten murdered yet. He was already so
Oh yeah.
dismissive. So it's like, oh my gosh, the tarp doesn't like respond to chalk, which like I'm still wondering what the hell that was about. I don't think that they ever like circle back
No,
and go
they
like
did
one of
not.
his alien powers is like nullifying chalk. But so like I was very much like, oh, okay, so it's like a cursed thing. And he immediately just like hand waves it. He goes, it's like Indian stuff. So like it could be like hypnosis or yoga. I
Yeah, that's right. Or yoga.
I had
That
to
was
rewind it because I thought I had just like like imagined him saying it. I was like, what does he mean?
oh man, that was funny.
But
I
I
also
feel like it's the 70s when they shot this, so yoga was very much a popular thing at that
yeah,
point. So that's just a really good joke on their part.
that was very funny. I love the older woman that was Peter Cushing's assistant, Mrs. Jones,
Oh yeah.
where she was like always like kind of sarcastic to them. That was quite funny. Where she when what was it where he was like, "I need your help, Mrs. Jones." She's like, "At your age, of course you do." She had some good lines.
This is a sassy train.
Yeah, yeah, she was great. But yeah, there was so much good stuff. I mean, the like you were saying, the train setting I think is really fascinating. It it's like the effect of the or the sound effect of like the sort of the tracks, just like the train moving through like the landscapes and stuff, and even just like some of the external shots, like it almost kind of comes off as like a white noise at times, where like the movie's exciting and fun to watch, but like it kind of relaxes you in a way. Like I mean, you were telling me before this that you fell asleep your first watch, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I fell asleep and then I had a like mini nightmare that I was on a murder train. Different kind of murder train, but I think obviously I was just watching people on a train, so I ended up on a train and then everybody was trying to kill me.
Did you do the murders or were you getting murdered?
I was getting murdered.
Uh,
Yeah, my dreams aren't nearly as clever as this movie.
that's so funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, no, I ultimately, yeah, I also love this. It's really fun. The creature initially, I will to go into it, is like definitely guy in suit, but the sort of jumping between people and like some of the stuff that they do with like the eyes, like they get really like it's kind of gory and like gross, but really interesting and kind of a cool effect that you see all the whole time, like the bloody eyes with like the milky white like glazed over kind of
Yeah.
look. It's like and that's another cool like little moment too when like Peter Cushing sees the fish. He's like, "What's going on with this fish?"
Yes.
Fish. It's like, "Oh, it's boiled." And then like, oh, like kind of getting the wheel spinning on like that's something that's going on with these dead bodies.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
really cool pull. Like when he looks at the fish and then makes that connection, I was like, okay, that's pretty clever.
Yeah. There's some
Uh,
cool clever bits, yeah.
oh yeah, totally. And I just love like the idea of like because this is like it's a train full of like really important people
Hmm.
in different fields. You know what I mean? Which like for that time, at least to me, as someone who isn't that well read on like history and stuff like that, I just feel like yeah, Trans-Siberian train going from like China to Russia, like odds are that like there's gonna be like some important people on there. And so like the fact that it's like this like knowledge vampire type creature whose like whole thing is like feasting on brains and stuff like that, uh coupling that with like having like a cast of like varied characters in terms of like experience and like what they know, it made for a really cool device to me, I guess.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, like we get introduced to a lot of very odd kind of characters in the beginning too, like especially like I mean there's the thief right away who gets killed, which is like that's such an interesting piece too because like I mean initially there's like a how does this like ancient guy know how to pick a lock right away? But it's like, oh no, he absorbed that right away. Like that was the first thing like he got was the was how to they mentioned he's a master lock pick or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like that was kind of cool. But then like there's like the spy woman who we have a spy there. We have the count and the countess or whatever, right, from Poland. We have Russian investigators, police people. We have the professors and the doctor. It's so and then there's like an engineer, right, guy too
Yep.
also.
Yep.
There's just like so it's just interesting how like they kind of like create this cast and not all of them are that important, but it's just like they give moments to each one to be like they're somebody who's gonna possibly contribute a skill set to this creature.
Right, because like
Yeah.
I think that's what's cool about it
Yeah.
is that like yeah, you're watching like a bunch of people that are very clearly going to be redshirted
Yeah.
into an early death, but also that's ammo for the monster.
Right. Exactly.
Like that's really cool. That's the sci-fi part of it for me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the reveal that it's like an alien.
Yeah.
I think that that really just like adds like a cool dimension to all of this. And like, I don't know, there's something really fascinating about this idea of uh, like a virus type creature or like a leechy type creature that is trying to sap people of their knowledge so that it can like win the space race, so to speak, you
Mm.
know, especially for like because like there's that scene where he's talking to is it the doctor about how he knows like a guy that is like on the verge of like helping figure out like the gravity
Oh
issue
yeah.
for space
Yeah.
travel. Yeah, I don't know, all of that just like especially when you talk about how this movie was like made by a bunch of people that were like burned by the uh
The
what was it?
blacklist.
Yes, the
Yeah.
blacklist. Like victims of the blacklist. Like you can kind of really see like why a story like this would speak to them about
Hmm.
like this like kind of like evil creature that's just like sucking you up for your knowledge and then like discarding you. You know
Yeah. Yeah.
that really spoke to
Ooh.
me.
Yeah, that's a really interesting parallel actually to kind of what they went through. Yeah. Very
Yeah.
well said. Yeah. Um, want to get into the monster for sure, but I definitely want to talk about like the leads in this. So we got Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, who are kind of like horror icons at this point in their careers. Like we'd already had, I think, most of the Hammer horror films where they were basically key figures in reinterpreting the Universal monster classics like the Frankensteins, the Draculas. They're both pretty well known, like British, like kind of like classically trained actors. Both are sirs, I believe. I don't know if quite at this point in their lives, but they become like Sir Christopher Lee and Sir Peter Cushing, I believe. But also like quite iconic. And nowadays, I mean, if people haven't watched some of their older stuff, like, Christopher Lee's in Lord of the Rings, they're both in Star Wars. So a lot of good, like, famous stuff. But those, I think, like, seeing those two together in those older movies, the Hammer films, like, they were often like antagonistic, and seeing them kind of like team up in this, like, there's a little antagonism there. Like, I think it was just a really fun, sort of like throwback to the Hammer films. And I think they just bring such this like, this gravitas, but also this chemistry that, like, in real life they're buddies, like they're really close friends, or they were, not around anymore, of course, but like that, I think that chemistry and that like gravitas that they have, like, really bring this whole movie to a different level.
Oh, totally. I thought that they were both just like really strong, awesome leads.
Yeah.
Who played the inspector? He was really good.
I don't know that actor, actually. Yeah, it's a good question. Um, so here's a weird thing. I don't know if actually the person who played the inspector even was his own voice. Because
Yeah, the
in
whole thing feels like I'm watching a foreign film with how
Yeah, because
like overpowering the
Italian and
dub is.
Spanish films at that time were filmed without sound, and they were all dubbed in post production. And I think that they only said that only a couple actors, like including Cushing and Lee, were the ones who actually used their own voices for the characters. Um,
That's so funny.
it's crazy. Well, then there's Terry Savalas, who comes on later as Captain Kazan, the Russian captain, who kind of comes on late in the movie, like after like
Super
post an
late.
hour, but he's like a big featured actor, because he goes on to do Kojak, the detective show, like later on, in the 70s too. So he's kind of like well known for that. And I think like a lot of times the movie posters capitalized on his like iconic
Bald head.
look. Yeah, and so
Yeah.
like he, like in the even the DVD cover that I have, like he's like front and center in it too, which is very funny. But like I think he was the other one who used his own voice as well. But like that's
He
yeah,
was he was so good. I mean, once
yeah.
he came on the screen, it was just explosive. Like I think what I love about him is like how much like he just like rushes along like this mystery so fast in like a really believable way.
Yeah.
He's like a tyrannical like general or whatever. So it makes sense that he's not gonna like dance around anybody's like feelings or like try
Hmm.
to like outsmart anybody. It's really as simple as just like you're being weird. What
Yeah.
capture him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he just comes on, like wields power essentially. I mean, he's like a Russian like military person whose task was basically like figure out what the hell's going on this train and deal with it right before it gets to where it needs to go.
I
Uh
mean,
yeah.
it's a stumper, honestly. You
Yeah.
kind of that's one of those things where it's like you do just kind of need a blunt instrument because you're not gonna like outsmart this creature that
Right.
defies all logic. Like you have no possible way of guessing it can and does do the things it does. Like you can
Yeah.
kind of like piece it together based on again like five or six autopsies, but short of that, you're still just like really just pissing in the wind. So I love the introduction of his character because sometimes yeah you just need like a brute to just come in and just like just be like really rude to everybody for a second and see what shakes.
Just move the plot forward, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a very fun. And he's like so like boisterous and like a blunt instrument, like you say. Like it's just yeah, he's a very fun, and his outfit's very fun too.
Oh yeah, it's such a fun outfit.
Very fun
Uh
uniform.
yeah, I mean, I know we're gonna get into the monster. I guess like just narratively, I always thought it was so funny that like he had to like dim the lights first.
Yeah.
Whenever he wanted to like kill somebody, it's just like
It
and
was kind of polite.
now just to get the mood right.
Yeah. That is great. That is great.
Yeah, like I feel like if it took place like just 70 years later, they would have like Barry White playing or something.
Oh yeah.
Let's get it on.
We got to talk about the autopsy scenes. Like you said, there was like six autopsies,
I mean,
and
yeah.
that was very funny. Like like the whole like smooth brain bit, like, oh, the memories were sucked out, so it's smooth now. Like the science of that is questionable, but that was very funny.
Uh, yeah, I was like, sure, whatever.
Why
Like,
not? Yeah.
I think it just it's I think it really just goes to like how effective could they communicate what an autopsy even accomplishes without
Yeah,
something like that blatant, you know?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like good thing we cut their head open because otherwise this would be weird. Like
Yeah, yeah. Just a normal brain. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. Yeah, they had
yeah.
to find something.
Also, like, yeah, there's just like the one doctor, right? And like, I feel like if it wasn't as like a blatant a thing as like their brains are smooth, that's
Hmm.
not normal. Like, how effective would he have been? How effective were autopsies in the
Yeah.
like 1900s?
Yeah, I think that's the interesting thing is like we have to recognize that like these characters like in the 1900s don't know the things that we know now like but like
Early
yeah
1900s,
early
for any
1900s
smart ass that's
yeah.
like, well,
Mhm.
1999 is in the
Ooh.
1900s.
Yeah. But like when he like takes off the scalp and you see the smooth brain like there was the I think it was the inspector or whatever before he was the monster he's like what's is that normal? No.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And yeah, that Rasputin guy, man, he sucked.
He did suck, didn't he?
Oh my God, he's like a little sexist too.
He is.
Just a dick all around.
The
I
count
feel
and the
like
countess kind of fuck with him all the time too.
I, I more power to them. I don't usually side with the nobility, but
Yeah.
this guy deserves to be bullied daily.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, he instantly sees like whatever they see under the microscope and is like, I'm a Satanist now. Like,
Yeah, it was that quick. I was just like, I wasn't sure, so sure. Again, I fell asleep for the like at some point in the first half. So I was like, did I like start this movie back? Like, did I skip a scene or something? Like,
yeah,
was he always a Satanist? He just feels really all in on it.
he did. He went right away, like
I,
heel turn hard.
he's lame for doing that, but also like the I already said it, but like there's just no way to really get your hands on like what the fuck is happening on this train. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like I'm just like honestly, yeah, like you were already kind of like on the edge in a lot of ways. So it's only so surprising, like to an
right.
extent.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I speaking of the autopsies too, the eye sequence that where they like dissect the original like creature's eye, like you were talking
Yeah.
about earlier, where they see like kind of the very first images of Earth or whatever. Like I thought that was a like a really kind of innovative sequence. Just like I know again, like the science is like wonky, but like the idea they're like, oh, it's the creature obviously stores memories in its eye fluid, which fine, whatever, fine. But like it's fun because like then it's like an excuse to like do a really cool, like unique like shot, thinking of
Yeah.
this era too, like where under the microscope it's like this like red eye fluid where first it's the inspector, which is the last thing it saw, and then it's dinosaurs and then the earth and because and at this time they don't know what I mean, they haven't seen the earth from space so that's like pretty mind-boggling for them they're like holy shit like that's crazy like
Dude,
that
yeah.
was cool
That was
yeah
sick as hell. And again, like it really speaks to like at this point, like sci-fi gets like that like real elevation
hmm
of like real life humans are like pioneering the craziest shit that's like ever happened in their lifetime and like they get to reincorporate that into a genre that was always about imagining what could be and
yeah
it's just that's the stuff that's what makes movies sick is
hmm
like when you could fold real life into spectacle like that.
yeah they did a really good job of that it's fun we should monster it up here in a minute, but I have one more thing I thought was kind of interesting about this. So when this was first getting made, like securing the sort of the bigger name actors like Cushing and Lee was pretty huge get for this kind of a movie, especially being filmed outside of Hollywood, like over in Europe. But apparently, right before this started, Peter Cushing, the doctor, his wife passed away. Then they were married for like a long time too. And so he was just like devastated and he was kind of being like, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this anymore. Apparently Christopher Lee and because they're friends in real life, kind of like sort of gently kind of prodded him and is like, we could do this together. Like it kind of, I think it sounds like he implied like we could like be like a healing thing, like be with us, be with your friends. Like Christopher Lee's family was out there. So they like kind of like stayed all together and stuff. So like, it's interesting to think, cause he's just like, such a like a professional like good actor in this. Like but to know that like he's like deeply grieving in real life, like as he's making this movie, you know?
Aw, and his
Yeah.
buddy helped him like get over that though, or at least like work through
Get
it.
through it for at least that time, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
like that's okay. Maybe dudes do rock. I don't know.
Some dudes do. Some dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They would never look smack. So
Those two for sure. No. Yeah.
it makes sense that we're like responding to them so positively.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It's nice. Yeah.
yeah, that's a bittersweet story, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's like that's the power of friendship.
Right. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
This alien monster could have benefited from a friend or two.
Totally. Totally. Yeah. Shall we monster?
Did you forget?
What is this podcast about?
Let's do it.
All right. So the creature itself is never actually given a name or title in the film, but it's described as like an amorphous alien entity composed of pure energy. It says at one point he says, "quote I'm a form of energy occupying this shell." It was capable of inhabiting bodies of other beings. In its first form, that we see is a hairy humanoid creature, which for a little while I was trying to remember like is that the form that's the form of the alien, but no, that's like supposedly some sort of prehistoric creature that's on Earth or something that it took when it was coming to Earth. So it's also seen to be a very intelligent creature, has a plan, and it absorbs memories and intelligence when taking new forms.
I'm just raising my hand.
Yeah.
So why did the inspector have a hairy hand?
So that's a really good question. I don't know. I think that like the implication is so like he was essentially as the hairy creature, the ape person, he was like doing the eye thingy and like basically taking over the inspector's body and going to transfer there. However, the inspector gets off one more shot. Remember that? And like
Yeah.
kind of like ends the creature itself. So I feel like the implication is the transformation wasn't entirely complete.
Mm.
I think that's what it was. Because yes, I mean we haven't mentioned it, but the inspector has like a hairy hand throughout this, so he's like always trying to hide it, which is kind of a funny little like just plot piece. Yeah. So the initial like creature, the prehistoric ape man, was kind of a cool. I think the effect that I thought the best was the best with that was when it was frozen. Like just see, or like even when they were just looking into the crate, like
Yeah.
those were really creepy shots. That was much more creepy than when I was walking around because like I mean they were doing the best what they had, but otherwise just like zooming in on like a hand or something, you know, like it did okay, but I couldn't find a whole lot about a lot of the makeup and effects, but it appears like it's like a heavy hair, prosthetics, and fur made into a creature suit, but it was portrayed by actor and stuntman Juan Olaguivel who was in the suit actually during this.
Oh.
Yeah, but other than that, the interesting elements were in terms of special effects is all eye stuff, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
yeah, the eye shit. So like basically when the creature like kills and absorbs memories, I think the implication was like it boils, right? But like the eyes glaze over in this like white thing and they bleed down the thing. So it's really kind of a gnarly, like some of the death scenes are pretty gnarly, which is fun. Like they're not terribly gory by today's standards, but like I feel like they're surprising and kind of intense enough for like the kind of movie that this is that I thought they were really well done. What'd you think of those?
The eye of makeup stuff was really sick, especially when at the end he like whips out his like last sick trick and like raises the dead. It's
Yes,
like
yes, we gotta talk about that.
I was like,
Yeah.
this is a smart alien. Like he keeps it all close to the chest. He's like, I'm gonna use what I need to use. You know, like
Hmm.
I can suck your knowledge out. I can jump bodies. You think that's all I can do? You idiot. You fool.
Yeah.
Like that's sick.
That scene was so cool too because it was like he he basically thought that he was like, you know, gonna get the Countess or whatever, and then Christopher Lee's coming in with his little like special strobe light thing. He's like, "No, I got you beat. I know you need the darkness to do this, so I'm gonna just have a special light you can't turn off." And he's like, first he's like, "Oh, science, you want to learn all the stuff that I know?" Nope, not convinced. But then he's like, "Wait, just just one more trick, basically." And then he like raises all the dead. It's so good, like just his stalling tactic to like do it. And all these like wide-eyed zombies with blood coming down their face. Like it was that was a great whole like just set piece.
So how do you think that works with like blind people?
Like in real life?
No. Sorry.
What?
I guess I could have asked more in a clarifying way. How do you think the monster's power would work on like a blind person? Is the idea that you need to also see his eyes,
Oh,
or
interesting.
is it just any if I see your lids open, I'm getting in there.
I don't know. Probably lids open.
Yeah?
Lids
Okay.
open, mind out. I don't know. We gotta find a saying for that.
Sunglasses?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would that protect you?
Maybe. Like the sunglasses from like They Live or something.
Well, yeah, yeah, those would probably work.
Yeah.
That's pretty I mean, you'd probably be able to just tell who is the alien at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Alien viewing sunglasses. You gotta get some of those. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious what the parameters are because it's like obviously it's like the early 1900s. Like
Yeah.
they don't have like would night vision goggles help you? Like he turns the lights down and you can still see, but he can't see it directly at your
Mhm.
eyes. I don't know.
So you're saying we need a modern sequel where like more of the aliens race comes to find out what happened in its present day.
That would be sick. It doesn't even have to be modern modern. It could be like modern relative to when the movie took place. So it's
Yeah.
like now it's like a train in the 70s when like the
Yeah.
the years they shot the movie is
Oh, that's
now
cool.
this setting. And so it's still our past and there's still limitations, but it's
Hmm.
like, maybe like one of the people that survived that train is a recurring character.
That's a fun idea. I really like that.
Yeah.
I would watch that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it takes
Um,
place on a subway in New York.
and it can't stop.
And it can't stop.
Oh yeah. Speed 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what
I
we're
don't know.
doing. Backdoor sequel.
Yeah. Crossover. Nobody expected this to cross over with Speed, but
Yeah.
it happened.
Keanu's the conductor.
Yeah.
The Keon Ductor. Come
Ooh,
come back to me.
that was all right. That was all
Yeah.
right. I liked it.
Yeah, that was first draft for sure.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
So the IFX, I want to talk a little bit about that. Apparently, I couldn't find, so there's actually not a whole lot about the visual effects in this that I could find. There's special features on the Blu-ray, but it's usually about like a lot of other stuff, especially like its impact and how this was sort of like not really well publicized in America at the time. It took a while for it to come over as kind of like a bargain bin sort of VHS tape then before it kind of got some more acclaim. But the director, Martin, said that the special effects were difficult and they were operating on a very low budget for the time. They used special contact lenses as they were being hypnotized by the creature, but he said that those were very troublesome. They were so thick that the actors couldn't see what they were doing and like would often just bump into things. So like just by virtue of like film and how they were using film, they had to like utilize cutaway shots for a lot of those scenes because people would accidentally bump and fall, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like that's I think so, some of the white stuff, but like the red glowing eye effect was one that I was really trying to figure out like how they achieve that without like post effects and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like what they were doing there was specialized like prosthetics and eye like raised glowing red elements like that they put over the eyes. And so what it appears to be, and I can't confirm this, this is just kind of what I've read people like speculate on. Um, there's tight close-up lighting to kind of create a glowing look that made the red prosthetics stand out in the dark. So essentially using like reflective lighting to create the glowing effect.
They look like maraschino cherries.
They do.
Yeah.
I was also
Like
just thinking
a
of
little
Sinners too. Yeah.
gooey, you know?
Yeah, they were gooey. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, who had
Um,
red eyes and oh well, Sinners they had like the glinting
the
red
glowing
eyes.
red eye, but they also like yeah, there's like a lot of red eye stuff. I feel like you could do like
Yeah.
there's some interesting like
But this was like the whole
yeah, it was a
ball was
big
red.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It was a really cool effect. I thought it looked really good in this.
Yeah.
Um, then the other kind of interesting effect is like the big set piece at the very end when the train is like diverted to like go off a cliff.
It
Yeah,
was like the general's like army back home or something. It was
yeah,
just like, yeah, just run that shit off the road.
yeah. Just send it off the cliff. Yeah, that was great. And then they all like yeah, but the train going off that was all miniature work,
Huh?
which I'm sure
Cheaper,
you
I'm
can kind of
sure.
tell. Yeah,
Yeah.
miniature work is great. I love miniature work.
Love it. So wait, he ate the engineer's brain too. So like,
Mhm.
what was he trying to do? Was he trying to like divert it at the end there? I was like always, I was waiting for it to like come back into play that like he would use the engineer's knowledge.
I think he used the engineer, the like the guy driving the train, you mean, or the
Yeah,
engine, or
yeah.
the actual like the engineer scientist guy?
Sorry, yeah. God,
Because there's two.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's a whole Nobel Summit going on in this fucking
there
train.
really is. Yeah,
No, the actual conductor. Yeah.
yeah. I feel like that was to kind of like he took his brain to kind of figure out like how to like write to um the telegrams and stuff because there was like they're basically like giving
Oh, that's it.
information and
Yeah,
he wanted to know
yeah.
he wanted to like have the foreknowledge of like who's like what's gonna happen and stuff.
That was a funny device where
Yeah.
you just be like, what does that guy know? Cool. Let's
Yeah.
just go over here and dim the lights.
Yeah. Let me just turn this off a little bit. Yeah.
All right, when he grabbed the telegram that he had already written it, he's like, "Nope, that won't do." Just like tosses it so casually.
That was
Like,
good.
and the thing is, like, all that shit will work on me. Like, I can't blame any of them. Like, it's all just weird stuff happening on a train if you're not watching it from like outside and putting pieces together.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, totally. I liked it. Yeah, I'm with you too. You said the guy who played the inspector was fun. Like I said, I don't know if it's actually the actual actor's voice, but I think like his like physicality and like presence there too was really fun. Like he kind of had this like I don't know, his vibe was cool. Like he's like I'm just a simple inspector. I don't know all the science, but like he as the monster, I think like did a good job like really blending in and like asking questions, which makes sense. The inspector would ask those questions, like
And
it
it's
was a
just
really perfect
yeah.
character for that monster to inhabit. I feel like it just worked really well with the story.
Well, it's like rare that we also get to just like live with the monster
Yeah.
in one of these mystery movies. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like, and just kind of see how he thinks and stuff. And yeah, like I like the monster more than like three or four of the
Yeah.
passengers.
Yeah. He was
Like
charming.
just yeah, on like a person level, like yeah, your motives are very understandable.
Yeah,
You got
exactly.
ditched by your friends on Earth like millions of years ago. That sucks, dude.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, acquiring knowledge too is arguably what the scientists were all doing too.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it. Like, you want to get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah.
you. It's been a while. You're done couch surfing. That's fair.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing though too. Like this is often compared to like The Thing or the original like The Thing from Another World, the story that like kind of inspired The Thing. Like, but I like that this is like you're saying, like you actually get to know the monster and like the characters don't know who it is, but like we know. And at first, for a little bit watching, I was like, would have been better if we didn't know who was the monster. But I kind of like that we do because we start to like you said, we kind of get to know him that way, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and I think it just, I don't know, it just does a 180 on the movie for me up to that point,
Hmm.
and in a fun way of like, okay, I'm really locked in. I have no longer have preconceived notions about like how this is gonna go, and that's
Yeah.
like what you hope for in a movie that is kind of like very trope heavy at the
Hmm.
beginning. Is that it's all for a reason. They're trying to lull you into a sense of like thinking you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. And then kind of do some fun different stuff. Yeah, it's a very like strange movie and a very fun movie that kind of blends a lot of stuff together. But I love it more people see it. I don't know how popular it is, but I think it's a really cool one. The score was really cool too.
Yeah, I mean, you watched it on the DVD, I assume.
Yeah.
I watched it on Tubi, so
Mm.
the mix is interesting. It's very like shrieky loud at
Oh,
times.
okay. So that's probably
Yeah.
not great. The score, yeah, get the arrow. Arrow, I think in another one does like a good like a Blu-ray of it. And the soundtrack, the music is I think really like striking throughout it because it doesn't sound like spooky. It's just but it's really catchy. Like especially and I like the like the in-universe how like random people are whistling the score or like the Countess is like playing it on her piano. Like it's the same tune like constantly.
Yeah.
I think that's really fun.
Uh, one last thing I want to say about
Yeah.
watching it on Tubi. I get it, Tubi. You gotta play ads. That's how you pay your bills. I love that everything is free. For the love of God, just be a little more discerning with your ads. Like
Oh God.
it just man, I think it's part of it is just like being allowed to like not watch ads for the most part for the
Hmm.
last like 10, 15 years that like jumping back in, it is just like a shit show. It's just a bunch of like freemium games and then like gambling sites and I'm just
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh, like I feel like I'm watching TV in like the RoboCop universe.
Yeah,
This sucks.
I love Tubi because it has so much like good free things. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Some of those ads, like these games, like it's clearly entirely AI like
It was like a
created.
45-second ad of
Yeah.
just like this cartoon thing, like cleaning things, shaving things. And I was like, this is the game?
Don't
Who
know. Yeah.
who plays this?
Yeah. Is it effective? I mean, they have enough money to make an ad. We should put an ad on Tubi.
It's just you shaving me.
Oh, man. Speaking of shaving you, Khalid,
Oh God, I walked right into that one. What's up?
would you fight with or would you flirt with the creature?
Thank you for asking, Joe. For those of you who may be listening for the first time, Fight or Flirt is a segment that is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Would I fight with the monster that we've been talking about, or would I flirt with the monster we've been talking about if I was in the scenario that the monster's in? Um, I think I've kind of heavily telegraphed my thoughts on the monster and how ill-equipped I would be.
Yeah.
It's kind of like The Thing, but instead of like being a bunch of like hardened badasses with like guns and flamethrowers and like the will to go out and just work in like the Arctic, it's a train full of really brilliant people that uh have just enough resources to kind of slowly realize how fucked they are. So my thing is like I would never suggest an autopsy. I would never participate in an autopsy. I in 1906, I don't think I would ever have even the slightest interest in space to like there's just so much stuff here that you have to have an active interest in to even kind of grasp what you're up against. And on top of that, it's like body switching and all this shit going like no, there's too many variables. I I did not get on this train to think that hard. I'm gonna read my book until I fall asleep and hope this ends before I wake up. Uh, but if it's a fight or flirt scenario, I think I gotta go flirt.
Hmm.
I think that the Rasputin guy was just trying too hard, and that's why the alien wasn't as interested. I think, if I play a little coy and I'm like, "Oh, you're an alien? I don't care." Like, a little hard to get. I think that I could nag the alien into letting me tag along, and yeah, man, I'll feed you. Like, again, I obviously once I find out the alien story, I sympathize to a degree. It's like, yeah, your boys left you. You've been stuck on Earth a million years. Like, honestly, it's a bunch of bourgeois, like class level people on this train. So like the world is better off. So you just tell me who you want. I'm gonna lure them into the back room here, and I'll get the dimmer switch going. Like you don't even have to worry about that. I I 100% would like flirt and be this monster's like Renfield for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see you doing that. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
What about you? Would you fight or flirt?
Uh, I so like that's a really it's interesting. I thought this was an interesting one because I feel like if you were to flirt with like it's the implication is that you have nothing like of value to present to him, like in a like intellectual level. So you have to be like you're
Well, does
basically
it have
physical
to
labor,
suck the
right?
knowledge out of you? Can't it just learn it through like conversation over like wine?
I don't know. Does it want to?
I'm just like, what are you so like? You've been here for millions of years. You can't
Yeah.
just take an evening and get to know me. Like, why you gotta go straight to brain sucking?
Fair point. Fair point. Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, I don't know. I'd fight. Didn't seem too hard to fight. I mean, you could shoot him.
yeah. If you when you find out who it is, up until then you're just the general like bullying people and hoping
All you
something
gotta
like
do
shakes.
is divert the train off a cliff, and that's it. Easy.
When you put it that way, I guess I'm just a little too eager to flirt with the monster.
You are. You are. It's okay. It's okay. No, no, you make good points. You make good points.
Yeah, thank
This
you.
is a fun one. This is a good
Yeah,
good movie.
yeah, great pick.
Yeah. Final segment of the show. We should get into it. Our what the fandom segment, in which we share a couple things that we're kind of into at the moment that may or may not have anything to do with monsters or this movie in question. So, Khalid, what the fandom with you?
Thanks for asking, Joe.
You're welcome.
My what the fandom this week is going to be two recommendations.
Ooh.
Uh, the first one is the Apple TV horror show Widow's Bay. There's two episodes out at the time of this recording, and I got a chance to watch them this weekend. You had actually recommended it to me based on the trailer.
Hmm.
And yeah, great recommendation. It's by Katie Dippold, who is the showrunner of the show, and she also has written for 30 Rock, and she wrote the movie The Heat.
Oh,
So
really?
it's interesting because it's once I like went back and figured out what she'd done, it made so much more sense because the thing that I wouldn't have expected to say about Widow's Bay, which based if you've seen the trailers or haven't seen the trailers, it is ostensibly a show about like this like island town that's kind of like Martha's Vineyard or something like that, where the mayor is trying really hard to like tamp down on the this island is haunted rumors so that people will like come and like be tourists for the island. He wants to make it a vacation destination basically, and he's trying really hard to fight the allegations that it's cursed. And so it's like a horror motif, kind of like in the vein of like Stephen King and what have you. And that all of that is there. It's got the horror element. It works really well. But what I was not expecting was how just like out and out hilarious the show was going to be. I mean, two episodes in, and I can't remember the last time a TV show just made me laugh that hard consistently.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, if you're looking for like a secret, like just like hit, like laugh factory of a show, Widow's Bay is it's delivering, at least based on the first two episodes. And it's got a great cast: Stephen Root, Matthew Reese, a bunch of people that are like comedy who's that you definitely have noticed in other things. Shout out Toby Huss. So yeah, Widow's Bay, check it out. You will not regret it. And my other recommendation is gonna be the Kirill Sokolov film They Will Kill You, starring Zazie Beetz. Uh, I believe it's from the producing team that made Ready or Not, which makes a lot of sense because this movie shares a lot of DNA with that in terms of plot and aesthetics. But it really pushes even further past what that movie kind of promised. It's and Zazie Beetz, I've been a huge fan of her since Atlanta, and she really killed it. She was easily one of my favorite parts in Deadpool 2. And so she gets a little bit more of a opportunity to bust out her action hero chops in this. And uh, in terms of just like fantastic, like balls to the wall fighting choreography, this movie has it in spades. It's not doing anything to like reinvent the wheel in terms of story or anything like that. But like if you're looking for like a great weekend popcorn flick that's like gory and fun and just like a bunch of like jaw dropping like set pieces, you're gonna be really happy checking out They Will Kill You. So
Hmm.
those are my two recommendations. Joe, what's a fandom with you?
Thanks for asking. Those both sound really good. I haven't started Widow's Bay, but I'm really excited about it. You texted me that you said it feels like if the town from Parks and Rec were haunted,
Yeah.
which was a great selling point. I thought I'm very excited to check that out. Yeah, that looks great. I'm gonna recommend. We just recently watched the movie. It's on Hulu right now. It's called Bob Trevino Likes It. It's a 2024 like kind of dramedy. I'd say it's a little more drama than comedy, but there's comedy in it from Tracy Lehman. It's a true story, essentially, sort of based on her own experience. Stars Barbie Ferreira and John Leguizamo about basically about a girl who sort of is alone in life and has a really toxic father and not doesn't have a whole lot going for her. And she looks up her father's name on Facebook, which is Bob Trevino, and then ends up connecting with a different Bob Trevino, played by John Leguizamo. And like a story like somebody people connecting online, she's not, he's an older man and like she's a little bit younger, like that those stories can go to like weird places, but this becomes just like such like a wholesome friendship that they end up creating where they really like kind of affirm each other's lives and where they were kind of like spinning wheels before they find like reasons to live. It's like this is like a phrase like I've seen attributed to movies and I don't use it lightly, but it's like a life affirming kind of movie, like very wholesome, but also like quite heavy and heartbreaking at times. Like there were like moments where I was like, oh my God, like that is so like so sad and so tragic, but also like so like sweet at times, and I was really impressed with it. I thought it was really great. The two leads had some amazing performances. But also a weird shout out because the father, the real father, the Bob Trevino that's her actual father, is played by French Stewart, and he is just a crazy turn as this like truly toxic human being that I was just like he's doing some very different. If all you know him from is Third Rock from the Sun, he's doing some very different stuff here. It's fun. So I would recommend. It's on Hulu. I don't know if how a lot of people seen it, but I think it's everyone I've heard or seen from seem to really like it and like appreciate what it's trying for and the themes of it. So I would highly recommend checking that one out. So that's my fandom. Bob Trevino likes it.
Awesome. That sounds really good. You had already recommended it to me, but I forgot about the French Stewart jump scare. So
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
yeah, I gotta check that one out. But thank you for the recommendation, Joe.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you all at home or
Oh,
wherever you
Khalid.
listen to. Oh,
Khalid.
oh,
Khalid.
yeah,
One more thing.
sure.
Before we close out, anyone listening here, if we got a new Patreon episode out.
We do. If any of you are fans of the MGM Plus series from me, Joe, and regular contributor Joel Brewster, aka West Coast Strange, got on the Patreon and did a fun little discussion about seasons 1 through 3 in anticipation of the fourth season. So go ahead and jump over there if you want to hear us gab about that. Thank you for bringing that up, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it's been tough. I mean, like we've talked about before, we do this on our own time. It's tough to often find time to make Patreon episodes aside from making our regular episodes, but
Right.
we're trying. But and it's fun. I'm glad we finally got one over there, and it's a good one. I think we had a lot of fun with it.
We did indeed. I really had enjoyed that discussion. Yeah, so go ahead and check that out if you'd like to get more content from us and from our patrons. Obviously, thank you for contributing to the show. That's our gift to you. Yeah, and as I was saying, thank you all for listening at home or wherever you listen to podcasts. Until next time, creep it easy. Frankenstein's podcast is hosted by Joe Praska and me, Khalid Hussein, with music from Jim Hall and original artwork from Jim Tandberg. A reminder that we do have a Patreon if you are interested and able to support our show. We are a fully independent podcast maintained as a labor of love, so anything helps. You can become a Patreon at the $1 or $3 level, or you can become a producer at the $7 level. Becoming a patron gives you access to bonus content like Frankenbits, where we discuss a range of topics often outside the realm of monsters. Thank you to our current Patreon producers, Luke Johnson, Andy Groth, Jay Cole, and Joe Michaud. And thank you to each and every one of you listening.